Hey folks, I'm Alex Story with Skill Mammoth Digital, and today is day 37 of me building my agency in public. What this series is really an accountability exercise, making sure that I'm doing the things that I need to do to make my business grow. And for you, you get to see the good, the bad, and the ugly of what it takes to run a 20K a month business. Hopefully learn from my mistakes and celebrate my wins, but also, be mindful of my fails and kind of learn. Um, every single day I ask these four questions. How much money did I make? That's a rolling 30 days. That includes project revenue as well as MRR. Then I, ask the question, what am I doing to get more? Then what am I doing to keep it? And then what am I doing to fix the business? So that's revenue, sales, fulfillment, and strategy. Same four questions every single day. So the first question being, with the revenue, we made $25,233 in the last 30 days. The big change is that 10K build that I sold last month, fell out of the window for those 30 days. And then MRR still at 12,889. That hasn't really changed in like 21 days at this point. Probably longer, probably like 23 days. And so sales itself is a quiet day. 892 emails sent. This is kind of like a Sunday, just end of day thing that I do. Just, if business owners are just getting prepped for Monday. I got 8 replies, none positive. On LinkedIn, I did, 25 connection requests, 1 reply, 0 accepted. Some inboxes that I'm doing for cold email did hit 3 weeks, so I'm going to start sending with those tomorrow. Most of those have like Roof Mammoth in the name, so those are probably going to be going to roofers for the roofing SaaS that I've created. But and I did change my cold email angle. I don't know if that's why I only got 8 replies and they were all negative today. I used to call out a specific competitor in my cold email, but I stopped just because I kept on getting a lot of like wrong competitors. Where like let's say it was like a cleaner, right? A cleaning company that was like doing residential and commercial cleaning. Their competitor would pop up as like a pressure cleaner, just because they were trending for like the keywords that they wanted. But anyway, so I stopped doing that, just because at scale it's tough to be super accurate with that. And I workshopped I think a cold email that I think will get just as many positive responses. But you let me know what you think. So this is the current cold email angle. It's like, company didn't show up when I asked ChatGPT who to pick for trade and city. I save the result. There are a few fixable reasons. It's picking others, and those are things we can fix. Your competitors are getting those leads. We've taken several companies to the top of AI and Google in 60 days, and we can do the same for you. Want the screenshot plus what we do to fix? Yes or no works. And then, username. We did it for past client. They're first in their area now, right? So that's my new cold email. You let me know what you think. All right, moving on to fulfillment. I finished a round of website revisions for a home remodeling client. That's been kind of tough to do just because he's just sending feedback in FigJam, which doesn't really export cleanly into like my build flow. And then 4 clients just needing nudging, so I'm just kind of herd those cats, just like all these websites that are just ready to publish, but just getting ducks in a row. 2 automation projects need more dwell time. Really, one of them I just trying to get done. What's really nice is the guy. So the guy that I'm waiting on, he got married, so he's not back in office until Wednesday. But he just spent his Sunday night just emailing me back some things I needed to know so I can work on them. But once that's delivered, I get $4,000. So I just really want to get that built. And then the other automation project, I just haven't had time to work on it yet, but I will. I need to get that going. And I need to ship some content for clients as well, just blogs and Google Business Profile posts. So I think I'll do a lot of that tomorrow. But yeah, strategy. So let's talk about that. There's a lot of stuff I've got going on, and I wanted to kind of just recap all the different sales motions that I have running right now. So cold email, obviously, that's been the big thing that I've been trying to crack. Right? Volume's there. Reply rate is there. Positive reply rate on average is doing pretty good. The challenge is not a lot of people are booking, right? I've only had 2 calls booked at this point, and I've got 50 people currently in interest expressed in my CRM. Now, not all of those came from cold email, but I would like to move a lot of those into booked. So I'm following up with everybody, but probably need to jump on the phone more often, and just get people booked. So like that's kind of frustrating that I haven't got that. So anyway, I'm also doing a reactivation campaign. I've got past clients, people who booked, people who've attended webinars, people in my own network. Um, I also kind of part of that reactivation campaign I'm doing. Okay, sorry, I thought my daughter woke up. Yeah, but part of my reactivation campaign that I'm doing is AI voice agent. So I'm partnering with Milos, just to offer that to my clients. Um, so we'll see how that goes. We're doing like a founder kind of offer um, to see if they buy that. Some really good case studies that I get to borrow from him. So we'll see how that goes. And then, I just signed up to do speaking events and nonprofit webinars. So I'm doing a big one on August 25th. I'm doing kind of an Oprah moment. There's 50 people in the audience, and part of my presentation, I'm just going to say, hey, you know what? You should be getting an email right now just to kind of prove to you that I know what I'm talking about. I went ahead and I built something for every single one of you. Um, check it out. It'll help all your businesses. And then I signed up for nonprofit webinars. These have been semi-successful for me in the past. For the time, invested in them, maybe not as much as I'd hoped. But the benefit of these is it's a nonprofit that does coaching for small businesses, and the nice thing is they do all the marketing for it. So I get like 100 to 300 people that attend, and I get the mailing list. Now I'm not allowed to do like a hard pitch, but I can say, this is Skill Mammoth, this is what we do, this is what we built for our clients, and subtly kind of put that on there for them to reach out to me. But I'm not allowed to be like, if you want this, you have to buy from us, right? So I've made probably $20,000 from these webinars. Um, but so we're gonna try that again. Um, so I'm slated to speak on October 8th and then November 12th. The first one is about social media automation, which, to be fair, I'm not necessarily the best at. And then the November 12th one is just general AI for small businesses. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so plenty of top of funnel, and now I just got to convert them into meetings. Um, but. Anyway, some other stuff that I want to talk about strategically is, okay, let's just go back. Okay, folks, so I have a lot to talk about in strategy today, so I wanted to kind of just do a quick recap of everything that I have going on, and then also things that I want to do but I haven't started. And I'm going through this just so if you're taking a look, you can give me an ideas of what I should focus on, what you think that maybe I should cut or do more of. But right now, my sales motion. So I have these 4 sales motions running right now. I've got cold email and outbound in general. I've been trying to do these Loom videos for in-mails, and I've been trying to do these DMs for LinkedIn, but most of it's cold email, and really I just got to crack getting folks on to calls, right? Because I'm getting plenty of positive replies. I just need to get people to book a meeting. If I can crack that code, cold email will be a massive channel for me. I'm also doing a reactivation campaign, and just past clients, people who book meetings with me, people who attend webinars, people who are on my newsletter. So just trying to reactivate those warm clients and prospects. And then I've been signing up for events. So I have a speaking event on August 25th. It's just a 6-minute kind of intro to who Skill Mammoth is. But part of it is I'm just going to do an Oprah moment where I'm like, hey, it's 50 people, 50 business owners in the room. And I'll just say, I built something for you. Check your email. It should be arriving right now. And for B2C businesses, it's really just, website SEO breakdown for them. And then for B2B clients, I'm just giving them a list of leads and some ideas on how they could get more customers. And they can use it all themselves or just, obviously, want to buy from me. Just get it implemented for them. I'm also signing up again for nonprofit webinars with a nonprofit called Score, which their audience is businesses. They do just coaching for small businesses. And so the nice thing is they have the audience. So I usually get about 100 to 300 people that attend. And I get the mailing list after the fact. Problem is a lot of these people brand new to business. And so maybe like 1 in like 50 of them are actual like serious customers with a budget. But I probably made like 20K with them in the past, so that'll be interesting. So those are my sales motions that I've got going on. I also am doing this thing with Milos from the Maker School community. We're partnering up to offer AI voice agents. So I have a newsletter scheduled this week to kind of be like, hey, we're offering this now. So we'll see what happens. Um, but yeah, 50 people are sitting in my interest expressed, right? So like my funnel is working. I just got to get them over to the booked meeting side and get proposals out and start crushing it, right? That's kind of like my big bottleneck right now is getting folks that have expressed some sort of interest into a Zoom call with me. Things that I haven't tried. Well, I mean, I've tried these things, but I need to start doing them again. So just saying it out loud, just so I do it. So I need to restart LinkedIn posting, right? So I have like 4,700 followers on LinkedIn, and because I used to post like religiously, but I just fell off it because organically I wasn't getting a ton of clients. But I think there is secondary effects of like when folks see you posting on LinkedIn, they see you as a more legitimate business, and I just need to keep on posting there. That way, like when folks do Google me, they can see that I'm active. I also haven't posted on my client-facing YouTube in a long time. Obviously, I've been doing this, but it's honestly just easier for me to do agency-focused content because that's what I am, off the cuff. So I'd love to do client-facing YouTube, just focusing on ICP problems. Matt Larson and then obviously Nick Schreiber are really good at that. Just kind of these style videos would be great. I just need to make them more client-focused and also cut the jargon and make it more focused on like what's tangible to them. And then I just need to finish my fulfillment flow. So I've got, I talked about it yesterday, but I've got a lot of that automated now, and I just got to finish it, and then I can start delegating the parts that aren't automated, and that'll make my fulfillment 10 times easier, at least for the productized stuff. But yeah, all those three things kind of compound. So anyway, these are my questions for you. First is like, look at that cold email that I got going on. What do you think of it? Would it make you reply? Obviously, it's a tweak on what I've been doing, and that's been working. But maybe it's just not where it needs to be because I keep on getting negative replies. Obviously, I only have 1 day of data. And yeah, when you had leads stuck at interested, what follow-up finally got them on a call? Because that's kind of where I just need help with right now. Anyway, bye for now.